course, this is quite the game because the last time that Denmark played, of course, we had that absolutely horrific incident. So, there's no way of avoiding talking about it. Christian Eriksen was taken to a hospital. He is in a stable condition. This really has been the focus of the football world. I don't think there's been anything that's took place at this tournament that's been bigger than what happened in the first game between Denmark and Finland. And as we said, he's all right. He's obviously not playing today. We're not expecting to see him for the rest of this tournament. But there has been some news that's kind of come out overnight about Christian Eriksen. He will be fitted with some kind of device that is going to restart his heart if ever this happens again. And I didn't even know this was a thing that existed, but it's a little box that's about half the size of a mobile phone, and it gets fitted, and if ever he plays sport or, just in life collapses and this happens to him again, the defibrillator is built into him. Like, this device will restart his heart without anyone being around. Apparently there's a few people that have had this, well, more than a few, but a few sports people that have had this fitted. And, one player in particular has actually gone on to have a successful career. So it doesn't mean that this is the end of the road for Eriksen. It looks like he could go on to continue playing sports. Obviously, it's still too early to talk about that. But, apparently this is like an option that I wasn't aware of. I didn't know this thing existed. So I think it's very, very interesting. I know Anna Dawes, who is a mod on the channel, actually tweeted out a video of people on Sky Sports doing CPR. And it's really, really important that people kind of learn these basic CPR things, because the captain of Denmark, again, this is something else I didn't know. The captain of Denmark was right there when it happened. He went straight over, and apparently he prevented Eriksen from swallowing his tongue and also started doing CPR. So this is so important that I suppose it's worth just taking a moment just to say, if you get any kind of spare time, which I know is hard in this world, but if you do get any kind of spare time, try and have a watch of how to do CPR. Try and have a watch of how to do basic kind of emergency procedures, like the recovery position and things like that, because it's something I'm a bit ashamed to admit that I have actually been shown several times. I've been on training courses where you get shown CPR. I've done the compressions on the dummy. I've done it several times. The company that I work for were really good at putting you on health and safety courses. So I've done it. In the case of an emergency, I'd feel like I could step up. I feel like, I wouldn't be someone that would stand in the background going, I don't know what to do. I think, I would be okay. But it's one of those where, would I? I don't know. To see someone collapse on a football pitch like that, are you going to react? Are you going to freeze? Is that information going to come back to you? Is it about time I got a refresher? Should it kind of be mandatory that everyone should have a refresher every 5 years or so? I'm not sure. I don't know what the answers are to this, but if you're someone that has never done it, maybe you're someone that's never had the opportunity to go on one of those courses, maybe you're someone that's never done CPR, then do it. Watch a video. Watch a YouTube video. There's tons of them. So you should absolutely try and do that, because you never know. This has happened to Eriksen on a football pitch, but what happens if it happens to a loved one? What happens if someone collapses that you love and you're the only one there? Or, do you know what I mean? Or it happens in a restaurant or something like this, or it happens when you're out and you're there and you could save someone's life. You could make that difference. So I thought it was really cool for Anna to send that out. Oh, here's Anna. Sorry, Anna. I didn't see you was in the chat. I was off. We were ranting and raving and rocking and rolling. So shout out to Anna, who did tweet that out, and I did retweet it. So if you go on to Anna Dawes' Twitter account, you'll see it. If you go onto the Wrestling Days one, you'll see it. If you search, I'm trying to see what it was called. It was there's going to be loads on there anyway, but I'm sure it was a Sky Sports one, wasn't it? Let's go down, see if I can find it. I probably need to retweet it again, actually. We've done so many streams. It's sort of a little bit buried underneath a few streams that we've done recently. But it was a Sky Sports one. And you can watch that. There it is. There it is. So, Anna... And you should be following Anna anyway. Of course. But that's it right there. So, I'm sure Anna won't mind. How to perform CPR. David Ginola. Sexy man. And Jamie Carragher. Not as sexy. Learn how to potentially save someone's life. Everyone should see this and share it. It can save lives. How to perform CPR with David Ginola. Not David. And Jamie Carragher. Learn how to save people's lives. So that was something that Sky Sports Football put out. Obviously following the Ericsson thing. But the impact that this has had around the world has been absolutely huge. It's been absolutely huge. Like, this has been the talk of the world, really. Even countries that aren't really watching this are talking about this, and it's good. It's not good, but it's at least there's something positive that comes out of it. That's what I'm trying to say. At least something positives come out of it, and that positive thing is that we are talking about, this kind of CPR and, making a difference and all that kind of stuff. And that's a positive. That's a positive. Because we weren't going to have this conversation, was we? We weren't going to start the first 5 minutes of this stream talking about CPR and whatever. So at least that's come out of it. Anna said the device is called an ICD. It's an internal cardiac defibrillator. It monitors for irregular heart rhythm, and then it will initiate a shock to get the right rhythm automatically. Wow. That's cool, isn't it? That's cool. If you're an AEW fan, I wonder if your rhythm's like Judas. Like, do you think it's the same rhythm as Judas? Or maybe it's the da 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 da. The Jungle Boy theme. Da 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 da. Bum bum. Da 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 da. They actually say, because let's not joke about this, the right rhythm is Saturday Night. No, Staying Alive, isn't it? Staying Alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Apparently that is the correct rhythm. If you need to clip that and save that as some sort of a reminder, then staying alive, staying alive. Apparently that is the one. So there we go. If you're struggling and you're like, I just can't remember what the right rhythm is, yeah, it's that one. Please don't do the Jungle Boy entrance theme. I hope everyone is vaccinated. I got COVID a month ago, but tested VE for COVID in 3 days. So please, Arthur, I've got some bad news. My letter has come, and I need to go and get it done. And I'm not one of these anti-vaxxers. I have no issue with getting the vaccination, right? Let's get that out there. No problem whatsoever. I just can't find the time. I can't find the time. I probably could have squeezed in like half an hour when I woke up, but I decided to walk the dog instead. So I need to do it. It's one of these. Maybe on a rest day. There's a rest day coming up, isn't there? I'm pretty sure I've got in touch with the NHS and I was like, look, I know that you've been on to me about getting this done and I am sorry, but there's been a lot of group games. Do you know what I mean? We've been doing like 2-3 streams a day. So I'm not sure if this works for you, NHS, but I've got 2 rest days coming up on the 24th and the 25th. So, I mean, I can be there for that. Can you be there for that? If we can work that out, that would be... I'm down for that. If not, then the 30th or the 1st, I can do that. I don't know if the NHS are watching this, but either of those... I'll just show you. Look, there's plenty of rest days coming up. Look, here, look, rest days. Oh, look at this. We've got Ghost Book. We've got Ghost Magazine. Ghost Magazine now. Why is that doing that? Well, I get the green, but why is the rest of it? It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's the schedule that I'm operating to. So hopefully the NHS is aware that I've got a few limitations. So if you are able to get it, again, all joking aside, I'm going to make jokes out of everything. Yeah? You know this. Yeah? But if you can go and get vaccinated, go and do it. If you can go and learn CPR, go and do it. Yeah? I think these are really positive messages. Harley said, Days, someone asked Steph in an interview if she will wrestle at SummerSlam. Steph said, never say never, but I don't think so. But I can guarantee there will be a lot of surprises at SummerSlam. If you're guaranteeing a surprise, is it still a surprise? Just a question. Days, did you see Steph's video where she guaranteed SummerSlam will be one to remember and full of surprises? No. I haven't seen that, no. I kind of think, like, we know this. Do you know what I mean? There's big rumours that Cena's coming back, Brock Lesnar's coming back. It's inside a flipping stadium. So, I think we know. I think we know it's a big deal. There's rumours that this is, like, their, like, WrestleMania of the summer. Do you know what I mean? So, I kind of feel like, yeah, we know this is a big deal. And, I mean, it's still great to hear her say it. Mate, no shade. Still great to hear her saying, you know, this is going to be one to remember. But, yeah, I think as wrestling fans, we're kind of already going into it with that mentality of, oh, this is going to be good. So I am super excited for SummerSlam. Plus, you know, they moved it to a Saturday night. I mean, that's a big move. They're going to have to make it big because, you know, there's UFC, there's Manny Pacquiao fighting on that night as well. I mean, when you're on a Sunday night, you've sort of got the night to yourself. Sunday nights are quite quiet, but Saturday nights, whew. So, you know, they've got the stadium, they've got Saturday nights, so they need to make it count. Guessing you've heard Max Holloway is out of his fight against Rodriguez due to injury. I haven't, no. Daniel, no. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just not going to be hearing at the moment because my life at the moment is streaming, researching, and then sleeping. And when I say researching, it's like watching old fights for... Like last night, as soon as we finished streaming, I was straight onto UFC research. So I've got my notes for UFC all here, lined up, ready to go. So that's what I went on to do last night. As soon as I finished that, that was it. I was just, oh, I've got to tell you this. This is going to upset you. Right? If you don't want to be upset, please put this stream on mute for a moment, right? But as soon as I finished, this is going to upset you. I probably shouldn't even have gone down this road, but I've started it now. I finished my research, yeah? If you are just joining this football watch-along, we are so masculine, yeah? And, like, go football. But for a second, I'm going to tell you a little story. So I finished my research, and it was getting to around about 5 o'clock in the morning, and which isn't that late for me really, but I was starting to feel it a little bit. Obviously, you know, we've done a lot of streams, so I was like, okay, done my research, and I might have a bit of an early night. You know, normally I don't go to bed till like say 10 in the morning or something like this, but I was like, yeah, I might have a bit of an early night. You know, even if I don't go to sleep straight away, pretty sure I will. But even if I don't go to sleep straight away, I'll just watch something in bed, catch up with a couple of like YouTube videos. Tifo are doing some really good videos where they're talking about tactics for the Euros, and obviously we're doing watch-alongs, and you know I want to try and bring as much info as I can, so I kind of like to watch those so that I can, you know, see if there's things we're missing out on or whatever. But anyway, cut a long story short, I went upstairs, started to go to bed, and our dog was outside, and so I went to call her in, I couldn't find her. So I looked outside the window. I was like, where is she? So I looked outside the front. She wasn't there. I looked outside the side. She wasn't there. And this is unusual because she's normally out there fast asleep, obviously. So I'm looking. I can't find her. And anyway, I'd spot her. And she's down the garden by the fence. And she's barking away. And I look, and there was a dead sheep. One of the sheep in the field next to us had come right over to our fence. And for some reason had died. And it was like kind of slumped against the fence, and you could see it was dead. And she was going mental because she was barking and it wasn't moving. So she was obviously like, the disrespect. She's barking away and the sheep's not moving because it's dead. And so she's getting worked up. the sheep's dead. I'm staring out going, well, there's not much we can do, really. There's not much we can do at this stage. Like, so I had to kind of call her in. And it was like, we'll just have to let them know that, unfortunately, I don't know what's happened, but the sheep's died. It wasn't our dog or anything, because, there's a fence, so she couldn't get to her. But, it passed away. This isn't the sad bit. The sad bit, little baby sheep came over, started nudging at the bigger sheep, and it was like trying to nestle into the bigger sheep, I think it was like its mom, and it was trying to get it to come back or move or do something. And I watched, and it ended up just kind of like lying next to it and just kind of waiting for the sheep to do something. And obviously the sheep's not going to do anything because it's dead. But it was just kind of like lying there and nestling there. And I was like, oh my God, I just don't need this at 5 o'clock in the morning. I just don't need this. Oh my God. So I called Kieran, and I was like, oh, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, well, there's nothing I can do. So I just had to kind of like leave them to it, really. Dead sheep and its child. It's like, so I went to bed in a, wonderful. So at least Kia was in, because the thing was, our dog was kind of keeping the baby away. So, because like obviously it didn't want to get close, because like the dog was scaring it. So I was like, Kia, come on, stop being a douche. So I called Kia in. She doesn't know. It's not Kia's fault. She's just trying to protect, and she just wants to get them away from, because she, in her mind, she probably thinks they're going to come and attack us or something, So she's just doing a job, but she was keeping the little one away. So I got her in, and then the little one came over, and it was all cuddling up and all that. I was like, oh my God, this is horrific. So I had all that. So I went, they've come and they've took it away now. But it's one of those things when you live in the country, really. I think if you're a farmer, if you're a farmer like Brock Lesnar, you probably see that all the time. Do you know what I mean? You've really got to be desensitized to that. But it does start making you think about, like, how can I eat meat on a regular basis, but then see something like that and be all like, oh, and be gutted by it, Be sad by it. But then I eat meat. It doesn't make sense, does it? Like, I think it's because I don't see, obviously, what happens with the meat. But that's, when you're eating meat, that's like, animals being killed and all that, of course. That's where your meat comes from and everything. So, yeah, it's double standards, really, But when you actually see it with your own eyes and everything, it does really pull on the heartstrings. Oh, my God. So, yeah, I had that last night. So I woke up today and, they've come and they've took it away. I've no idea where the baby is. I mean, I should imagine it's just getting on with things. But yeah, that was a bit rough last night. Didn't need that. So I have no idea how we got onto that. I think someone asked me how my night was, or did I get a chance to watch whatever. So no, I did research. Had that situation. Went to bed in like a bit of a gutted mood. Woke up and then I took the dog for a quick walk, coffee, and here we are, baby. 9 minutes to go. Eriksson, obviously not going to be playing today. Denmark versus Belgium. And a completely gutted community, a depressed community. I've said before, when you click on an app, when you leave, you should feel better. I mean, we could not be lower right now. I'm sure there's people crying. I can feel the weight of depression that's fallen over everyone. Come on, guys. This is the world. This is the world we live in. It should make you grateful for another day. Yeah, and, we've obviously got the Denmark players that are grateful that Eriksson is obviously still with us. Very, very scary. But they're going to have to go out and perform against the world's best side, and that is Belgium. This is going to be quite the game. So Belgium, the number one team in the world, taking on Denmark, who obviously suffered that heartbreak in the first game. So, how are they going to respond here? How are they going to play? The other thing as well is apparently in the 10th minute, I think Belgium are going to kick the ball out and there'll be a round of applause. I believe that's because this is Eriksson wore the number 10. So they're going to kick the ball out And we're going to actually applaud for, I think it's a minute or so for Eriksen, who he's just in bed, isn't he? Lazy. Just lying there. He's going to watch on TV whilst we're all applauding away. Bonyak, shout out to you, said, Days, I'm half vaccinated. I'm proud to say it's hindered me being able to post. It hasn't hindered you being able to post any more videos. Bonyak, shout out to you. Noah said, Khabib said that if he gets interesting offers, he would accept. That's interesting. I mean, what's an interesting offer? In all fairness, for Khabib, I don't think that it's money. I don't think it's money. I mean, he doesn't need money. He's not someone that really strikes me as being all that motivated by money. So, what if they did do Usman? What if they gave him Usman? I don't know. I don't know that Oliveira really interests him, to be honest. I know Oliveira is the current lightweight champ, but I'm not sure that coming back for that would bother him. I think he's looking for, someone that interests him. And I don't think that would be like 100 million or whatever. So, every time I eat meat, my heart aches because my uncle died of coronary artery disease. Wow, I mean, you need to be very careful with that. If it's in your family, there are heart attacks in my family as well. So, or heart disease in my family. So, there's a good chance that I have heart issues. I probably need to look after. I definitely need to start doing more exercise, or any exercise. I don't even know why I'm saying more exercise. More exercise makes it seem like I do any exercise currently, and I do not. So, but the thing with Eriksen, it goes to show, doesn't it, that sometimes it's not about exercise. Sometimes it can just be genetics. I mean, he's a professional footballer playing at the highest level. He's playing at the European Championships, and it can still affect him. So sometimes, it's in your genes, isn't it? I made the state soccer team last week, so next season I will be a starting striker. That's amazing. Many congratulations, Bonya. Many congratulations. Days, I think at Hell in a Cell, Roman will be beating down Ray. Dominic will be out the cell begging Roman to stop. Begging Roman to stop them. Roman takes Ray's mask off. Ray passes out. Okay. Edward said, please read this. I've got some interesting news for you about SummerSlam. Is it what Stephanie said? Because that has been reported. Austin says, my family has a history of heart disease too. Retribution said, I realise they bring out the tifos onto the pitch before every match, but they take it away when the players walk out. It's kind of stupid us viewers don't get to see it. They bring out those tifos onto the pitch before every match and then take it away when the players walk out. What's that? What is that? Do you know, I'm ashamed to admit, what's a tifo? I don't actually know what is that. I know tifo as the YouTube channel, but I don't know what a tifo actually is. If I type in tifo, it just brings up that YouTube channel. So, yeah, I don't actually know what is a tifo. I have no idea. I've Googled it and I still don't know. What are your thoughts on AEW signing Andrade, asks Lord French Fries. Great signing. I can't say I was massively surprised because I think he's a big name. I think that because of Charlotte, he wants to stay in America. I think that if it wasn't for Charlotte, maybe he would have gone to Mexico or something. But he's obviously wants to stick around. He's gone to AEW. Just makes a lot of sense, really. So he'll be a good signing for them. He looks classy, doesn't he, in his suit? So we've got the Danish national anthem being sung right now, and really the football world is right behind him. And I say it's being sung with extra gusto. There's a big smile on their faces. There's Eriksen, Denmark's number 10 sign that's being held up by the fans, and it's a full capacity. Full capacity in Denmark. It's absolutely rammed. Look at that. Look at some of these scenes in Copenhagen. Absolutely brilliant. Khabib and Usman said they don't want to fight each other because they are friends, says Crazy Ginger Jake Hold'em. LS Dub said, what's your prediction? I think if Denmark can get anything out of this, it will be incredible. I think, you know, you've got to think Lukaku is going to be very, very dangerous here. Belgium just seemed so effortless in their win last week, and it feels like they've still got 5-6 gears that they can go to. So I can't see Denmark getting anything from this, but I hope they do. I hope they do. But I also hope Lukaku scores because I've got him as captain. So I'll say it'd be great. Be great for Denmark to have something to cheer. So I hope they score at the very, very least. I hope they score. So let's say 3-1. 3-1. I think it's going to be quite comfortable for Belgium. I'm going 1 versus Belgium 3, says David Robert Wood. Yeah, I think we might have just come up with the same score, bud. I'm thinking, my mindset is I can see Belgium winning by a couple of goals. I would like Denmark to get a goal, so 3-1. That was my mindset. I always get confused between Beijing and Belgium. Okay. I've got Yarmo as my captain, says WWE. Did well. Scored, didn't he? Yarmolenko. TIFO, especially at soccer game, is a choreographed display in which fans in the sports stadium raise a large banner together or simultaneously hold up signs that... Oh, I know those. I didn't realise that's what it was. That's amazing. I had no idea that's what it was called. We don't tend to do it in the UK, but it's something that they do abroad. Like when they hold up placard and it makes a big mosaic across a whole stand. That's cool. Was there just one for Ericsson then, was there? That would make sense if they did that. That's really cool. I genuinely didn't know that. Right, Belgium take a knee and Denmark applaud. And we are up and running. So we've got the Denmark team on screen that you've been able to see. If we switch over to the Belgium team playing a 3-4-2-1. And annoyingly, they're playing Denier. Who is a defender I've got in my team and I've not played. He's on my bench. So I'm really annoyed about that. But who knows? They might concede and he might not get points. But Meunier is playing. He was fantastic for them. He's obviously on the right-hand wing. Number 15, Meunier. And he scored a goal and I think he got an assist as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if he featured in quite a few people's teams. So it's going to be a Belgian win, says Miss Clown. Anna says, your background has got a tifo. It does, yeah. Ah, there's one. Look, there's a tifo. There's a tifo behind us. Plan that. Yeah, plan that, guys. I knew you lot would want to know what a tifo looked like. So I was like, yeah, we'll get that sorted for them. So, yeah, there we go. Well done to Anna that won that little competition. Well done to her. And there's a tifo right behind all the fans holding up the placards. It says, well done, Anna, in Danish. So, there we go. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Oh, and a goal! A goal for Denmark! A goal for Denmark after 1 minute 40 odd. I only just looked up to see their player on the edge of the box, and he's put it right in the corner. What is this? What is going on? The world is watching as Denmark take the lead against the best team in the world. Wow, Denmark goal. So he's just on the edge of the box, look. I mean, yeah, he's not even... He's in the penalty area, but he's not even past, like, the penalty spot or anything. Right on the edge, and he puts it right into the corner. Right into the corner. Wow, 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 wow. I'm glad I said it. It wasn't going to be like 2-0. Imagine if someone said, what do you think the score will be? I said like 2-0, 3-0. I'd have been wrong after 2 minutes. It's Poulsen that has scored that for Denmark. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Let's get that added on screen. Wow, this game, I mean, that it's good for Denmark, but it's also a little bit bad for Denmark to score so early. You've got to think that Belgium now, we said that they have got several gears that they can go to. They're going to have to go to them, aren't they? Apparently, Belgium are going to kick the ball out on the 10th minute and applaud for a minute. I don't even know if they're going to bother with that now. Now we've got a game. How dare Denmark try to win this? Unbelievable scenes in Copenhagen. What a game this is already. I mean, this was always going to be a game because of the emotion and something to watch because of what had happened. But for Denmark, the underdogs, to take the lead after 2 minutes. Scenes in Copenhagen. I also have Lukaku as my captain, says Thruka. Austin, who's your captain? That's what I want to know. Who is Austin's captain? It was the Leipzig striker, says Haroon. Does he play for Leipzig? Ball on the edge of the box. Enter the inside. Denmark in the Belgian penalty area. Oh my God. Belgium are living a charmed life. They're just constantly attacking. It's like Denmark are taking out all their... Into the middle. Oh! Very near to a second. I tell you what, look at this. Look at Denmark right now. They are in Belgium's penalty area, causing them all kinds of problems. It's like Belgium's frustrations are just being let out right now. Amazing. Are you going to stream the Olympics now that you've... I am, actually. We are 100% all over the Olympics. I love the Olympics. I'm not sure how we're going to stream it or whatever, but yeah, I love the Olympics. When are they? I don't even know when they are. Are they this summer? When are the Olympics? No, it's next year. I don't even know. We'll come back to it. Ball whipped into the centre. Back post! Oh! Denmark! Denmark are knocking! You've got to think they're going to need that second goal. What is this game? What is this game? We're only 5 minutes in. Ball whipped into the centre. Goes all the way to the back post. Headed back across, but Courtois, the goalkeeper, very easily able to grab it, but... Wow. What do you like in the Olympics? Listen, anything England are in, I will watch. I appreciate we've got a large US part in our community, so I'm up for watching the US and stuff. I know we've got people from around the world, really, so I kind of feel like the athletics, of course, the 100 metres, I always see that as the crown jewel. 100 metres final is the big one in it. I can't be alone in thinking that. 100 metres final. So we'll definitely do that. Maybe like the basketball final, or... I'm not sure. There's lots of like... I'm not sure. I might just end up watching whatever's on the... See, the BBC, what they tend to do is they'll put whatever they think is the big thing on BBC One. But you can actually... press the red button on your TV remote and choose whatever you want to watch. They've got cameras at all the sports. So if you wanted to watch the wrestling, you could do that. If you wanted to watch the cycling, you could do that. The athletics or the hockey or... Yeah, man, the Olympics are just the best. It's a shame that like the football tournament at the Olympics isn't a bit... like all the best players. But saying that, then would that diminish the World Cup? Because like if you had the best teams competing at the Olympics, would it take some away from the World Cup? Because that's what the World Cup is. Right, here we go. Denmark are still going at Belgium here with 7 minutes 40. I wonder if Denmark will kick the ball out on the 10-minute mark. Play it out, and yeah. The Olympics start on the 23rd of July, and they end the 8th of August. Is that this year? It starts this year. I am not prepared for the Olympics. No one has prepared me for the Olympics. In my mind, it's next year. In my mind, it is not this year. I have no idea. I am not ready. I am not ready. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I am very excited for the Olympics, so yeah, we'll be all over that. The World Cup is in 2024 in November. The World Cup's next year. World Cup's next year, isn't it? In winter time in Qatar. Because normally what happens is you get like the Euros one summer, and then the next summer there'll be nothing. And then the summer after it's the World Cup. Then the summer after there's nothing. Then the summer after it's the Euros. Summer after it's nothing. Summer after it's the World Cup. So it kind of goes that way. But obviously we were meant to get the Euros last year. So this should have been a nothing summer for football. But instead it's the Euros. So next year we've got the World Cup. So we went a long time, man. We haven't had a big tournament since 2018. 2018 was the last World Cup. And then there was nothing in 2019. And then 2020 was meant to be the Euros. Didn't happen. It's happened in 2021 instead. So Qatar is the next one. I don't know where it is after Qatar, actually. Where is the World Cup in 2024? I don't know. In fact, it's not. The World Cup isn't in 2024. The World Cup's in 2026. Have they chosen the 2026 venue yet? The next Euros are 2024. Would you stream the Cricket World Cup? I might do the final. It's kind of quite... might do the final. I don't know, I mean, like... I do like cricket. The problem is that the games can be quite long. There we go. The ball does go out. The ball does go out. And right now, there is an applause. Even the officials are applauding. There's a banner. I can't read it because it's in Danish, but it says Christian, and it's got a heart at the end of it. It says, like, Halle, Denmark, something Christian. There's someone holding up a Christian Eriksen, number 10. Shirt. The whole crowd are on their feet at the moment. So the ball has been kicked out on the 10th minute. Both sides and the officials applauding away. Lukaku, we can see Lukaku is applauding as well. It's a real moment in this tournament. It's a real moment. And there's a lot of respect being shown. So that's nice, isn't it? Scenes. Yeah, I agree, Till Paul. Scenes. Sport's good, innit? Sport's good. The next World Cup is in Canada, USA, and Mexico. Flip, that's going to be amazing. Is it? 2026. North America. USA, Canada, and Mexico. I haven't heard that. Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. That is really cool. USA in 94 put on a brilliant World Cup, but I was watching it whilst crying because there was no England. England didn't qualify. So England weren't there in 94, and that was the last time that the US hosted it. I can't remember Canada ever hosting the World Cup, to be honest. Mexico did. Did Mexico do it in 82 or something? But Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. I'm really excited for that. Anna says, lovely scenes. Remember, the Olympics isn't a professional tournament as such. You're only permitted to have players over the age of 23. Only permitted to have 3 players over the age of 23. That's ball into the centre. Oh, ball into the centre for Denmark, and it goes wide. Yeah, that's true. It is a little bit of a shame, but I suppose in a way, get to see some of the stars of the future coming through as well. So, there's pros and cons in it. Days, is tonight's a special episode of Triple T's Guide to Foot Massages, dude? Chris. If you know, then you know. But I don't know. Harley said, Days, I can't wait for the 2038 World Cup that's going to take place on Venus. Mexico hosted it twice in 70 and 86. Oh, here we go. Denmark again. Thank you. Denmark whipping the ball across. I tell you, they're getting into the Belgium penalty area with ease, aren't they? I think Belgium have got to be really concerned with how much Denmark are effortlessly getting into their penalty box. It's really, really hard to know. You know, it's hard to judge a team on this performance because Denmark are so up for this. Do you know what I mean? There's been so much frustration and emotion, and they know because they lost to Finland, they've got to get a result here. So, and, you know, there's nothing mentally to get in the way. I'm sure they've spoke as a group. I'm sure they know they've got to get a result. And, you know, they've got a bit of quality in the side. They're nowhere near the level of Belgium, but, you know, they're working hard. And after the first 15 minutes, 1-0 Denmark. David Robert Wood said Denmark are all over Belgium. Days, I'm going to cry because school is almost over. What am I going to do? Dude, you and me are so different. I used to cry when I had to go to school. I certainly wasn't crying when it was over. What do you mean, school forever? Like, you're not going to... Oh, yeah. I can understand that. I was in that boat. Well, you should know what college you want to go to, or, you know, what... really, you want to have ideally a bit of an idea as to what you want to do. At least just the area. Even if you don't know the exact job, you know, do you know the kind of thing you want to go into? Because that'll help you decide what like college courses to do and things along those lines. So, lovely ball. Denmark again getting at in behind. The passing by Denmark is just carving open this Belgium defence. We've said before that the Belgium defence is a little bit aging, a little bit slow, and these balls are just absolutely carving it apart. This is a big, big encouraging sign for a lot of teams in the tournament that, yes, Belgium have got one of the best attacking lines in Lukaku and Hazard. But if you get at this defence, if you can really put the pressure on, really force them back, you are going to get some joy against this Belgium defence. What is your best high school memory? That's a great question. That is a really great question. My favourite high school memory. I must admit, and there might be some kids watching this, and I hope there are, I have a regret. Obviously, I'm 21. So I've been out of school for a while, but I think my regret is that I didn't make more of my time at school. Because I would go to school and I'd hate going to school. I used to wake up and just dread going. I just hated it. I just hated it. I hated... A lot of the lessons were just boring. I don't mind learning, but, man, I think school could do a better job of making lessons more interesting, more engaging. They're just all so dull. And it's hard to concentrate on something you just really do not care about. So, that side of it, you know, I was never brilliant at. But, like, I used to finish school, walk back with my friend. We lived close to each other. And then I'd go down the park each night. And no exaggeration, it was pretty much every night. And play football with someone that went to a different school. There was a friend of mine who went to a different school who lived over the road, and I used to play football with him. But I really regret not making better friends with the people I went to school with, like going round their houses or going on trips with them or stuff along those lines. I had friends in classes, of course, and, people that I could have done that with, but there was a lot. I feel like there was a lot of people going out, hanging out, doing stuff, and I just was not a part of it. I was kind of kept myself a bit more to myself, to be honest. And I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those kind of. You'd expect me, of all people, to be the life and soul. Really, I'm someone that obviously streams on the internet, does streaming all the time. Never stuck for something to say. I mean, talking is pretty much my specialist subject. But no, I was not the life and soul. I very much went to school, had friends. I had a good time. Wasn't like moody or anything. I had a good time, but I could have done a lot more. I could have done a lot more. I could have hung out with people in my classes more and done more of that. So it's difficult when you ask me what my favourite memory is, because a lot of my days were going to school, coming home, playing football. That was a lot of my childhood. But it's hard to say I regret that, because I've got great memories from that as well, of course. But I remember when I was in the final year, a friend of mine had a house party, and they'd just moved out of the house. So they'd actually lived in this place, and they'd just moved, and no one had moved in yet. So they were like, "Look, we've still got keys. So because no one's moved in, we can do a party. Let's do a party there." So there was this party at this derelict house, and it got trashed. Walls were broken, and doors ripped off hinges. Those kind of wild parties you see in movies, Skins and things like this. Those kind of crazy out there parties. I've been to one of those at high school. This building that was it was a perfectly nice house, but imagine a couple of hundred school kids going and drinking and loud music, and how the police didn't come, I have no idea. Because the neighbours weren't that far away. This house wasn't in the middle of nowhere. There was neighbours. And how the police never came and kicked everyone out, I've got no idea. So, yeah, it got trashed. For the record, though, I did not trash anything. I had a few drinks, had a good time, hung out with my friends, and we went down the park after, when it was all getting a bit rowdy, and we were like, oh, might want to go now. We ended up going down the park. So that was a pretty fun memory. 20 minutes gone, and the ball's just been in the midfield. I can tell you that it's Denmark that have had the most chances here. Denmark, absolutely brilliant performance. So far, 53% to 47 possession, 6 shots to 1, and shots on target 3 to 1 as well. There we go. Belgium need to go 5-8-3. They might get in trouble for having too many people on the pitch if they do that. Days, does the Carabao Cup start in August? When does the FA Cup start? FA Cup starts probably not that far away, because if you're a team in the lower leagues, you have to go through about 4 or 5 qualifying rounds just to get to the first round. There's a lot of preliminary rounds. So someone like Starbridge, my little town where I'm from, and Jude Bellingham's from as well, by the way. They have to go through about 3 or 4 games just to get to the first proper round. So FA Cup won't be that far away from starting for those little teams, because every professional team in England, and there's around about 500 or so. I think someone said 700, I'm not too sure, but whatever. Around that, every team is in that competition. Man United could end up playing, a little village somewhere. If the little village has got a professional football team that play in like a minor league somewhere, as long as they win games and get through to the round when Man United join. I think Man United join like round 3, round 4. They could end up playing them, and there's been that. Wasn't it Tottenham, Anna? If Anna's still around, Tottenham played. What was that place called? Something like. It was the little place in Liverpool, and it was crazy. There was like 90 odd places between the two teams. More than that, I think, actually. I feel like that was only last year. Marine. That was it. Marine. That's what they were called. There was a place called Marine. I think it was Tottenham versus Marine. Never even heard of it. It was just a little place in Liverpool. And Tottenham ended up playing Marine in the FA Cup. When does the League Cup start? I'm honestly not too sure. The League Cup is only for teams that are in the league. So, Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2. Those 4 divisions. What is the last movie or TV series that you watched? Last movie or TV series that I watched? Feel like it will be a movie. And I honestly can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a long time. I watched a couple of movies at Christmas. I remember I wanted to watch the Star Wars movies, but I didn't. I didn't get a chance. But I did end up watching a couple of films. I watched one all about The Price is Right that's on YouTube. And it was all about this guy that memorized all the prices on The Price is Right. And then he went onto the show, and it was just a case then of remembering. But when I say all of the prizes, there were thousands, because there's different makes. There's different. So not only have you got to memorize all the prices for the fridges, the cars, the microwaves, the tea maker, everything. But there's different models of tea makers. There's different models of cars. There's different models of all this stuff. So he had book after book after book after book, and he'd been watching the show for years and years and years, constantly testing himself. He even made his own little game on the computer where it would show him a picture and he'd have to put in how much it is, and he'd be doing this, and it's just crazy the amount of work that went in. And he went on, and obviously he won and he did really well, but I don't think he won all that much, considering the amount of work that he had to do. I can't remember what his prize was, but it didn't change his life. Like, if I was going to do something like that, I'd want, do you know what I mean? I'd want to be a millionaire or something. That was crazy. It was interesting. It's not my favourite documentary. It was It was perfectly, it's good. It's fine. But I don't know if it's one that I would recommend. It could, honestly, it might be that. That might have been the last thing I watched. Not including, the wrestling documentaries and whatnot. Ball played forwards. Edge of the box. Shot. Goes over for Denmark. 25 minutes gone. Halfway through the first half. The only thing about the next World Cup 2026 is that CONCACAF, which is where they play, they only have 3 teams that can qualify. I heard maybe there might be more teams than normal. Well, all I'd say is normally the host nations get their teams automatically through. So I'm not sure if that rule is still going to apply. I hope it does. Because I do think that if it's in that country, that country's team should be in it. So if it is in Mexico, USA, and Canada, I think they should guarantee that those 3 teams are in. Because it helps with the host country's excitement. Do you know what I mean? If you're hosting a tournament, you want the people that live in that country to be excited about it. You want them to go to the games. You want them to be engaged. You want them to feel a part of it. And can you really achieve that if their country's not involved? So I hope that Mexico, USA, and Canada don't even have to qualify. Hopefully they're just allowed to be in the tournament. Because it'll make for a better tournament. Days when I was at high school, I didn't have that many friends. I only have 5 friends. We did stuff together. I have 3 teacher friends. There was one teacher named Ron. He was funny. That's good. It's not about how many friends you have. It's about, like, you know, are they good friends? You know, if they're good friends that you hang around with and you have a good time with, it doesn't matter if you've got 2 friends, 3 friends, 5 friends, 50 friends. It doesn't matter. But I suppose my regret is that I did the same thing all the time. I didn't really mix it up. Every night I went home after school and I played football. But it's like, I could have been going to the cinema. You know, I haven't really got many stories of going to the cinema. I haven't got many stories of going to fast food places or many stories of going down the park or doing whatever, you know. A lot of my stories are going home and playing football. Belgium need the 5-8-3 defence. Do you remember the Dane pack ads for Danish bacon with the elongated nose? I don't actually. I remember. I think I'm confusing it with the Lure pack. Man, who's the man that played the trombone? It was like something to do with butter, wasn't he? What was that guy? I don't know. I don't know who he is. Some trombone man. I'll have to have a look at the... What was it? The Danish bacon. We'll have a look. In honour of Christian Eriksen, we will have a look. Danish bacon ad. Danish bacon. Here we go. Nothing's coming back. Did you dream it? Ball into the centre, straight into the hands of Courtois. Okay, so it's ball's gone into the... I can't see anything for that, Miss Clown. I can't see anything. I think you've dreamt it, bud. Dane pack. I'll have a look. I didn't put Dane pack. Maybe that'll make a difference. Dane pack advert. Oh, I remember Peter Schmeichel being in the Dane pack advert. I do remember Peter Schmeichel being in the Dane pack advert. Yes. I'm just having a little look though. I can't see any. There's not much that comes back. I'll have to do some more research into that one. Amazingly, 30 minutes have gone. Oh, we've got 15 minutes left of this first half. Lukaku hasn't scored, loser. And it is Denmark 1, Belgium 0. Shout out to Wrestling Kid. I got a lot of ice cream, cake, and other things I need to give away for free. Bunyak said Denmark is in 3-4 rush. Belgium need 3-4-3 to contain rush. Ball played into the centre for Belgium. Out onto the left-hand side. Carrasco trying to find his way into the penalty area, but it bounces off the Danish player and goes out. Is De Bruyne playing? No, De Bruyne. No De Bruyne. I'm not sure when De Bruyne is going to be back, to be honest. He is part of the team. He is a big loss for them as well. I mean, he would be arguably the best player at this whole tournament if De Bruyne was playing. Obviously, you've got Kante, who is right in there as well. Obviously, Phillips, who many people are saying is the greatest player of all time now, after that one performance. Ball goes out to the left-hand side. England, Scotland, tomorrow. England, Scotland, tomorrow. Very exciting. Days, will you ever join Austin's cult? I don't think so. My only concern would be if I find myself in a situation where I don't get a choice. Here come Denmark again, trying to break out, but it is all Belgium at the moment. Playing the ball across. That's... who is that? Oh, Hazard. Look like Mounier for some reason. Boos from the Danish crowd. Getting a little bit frustrated. I think that Belgium are enjoying a bit of possession now. Headed away by Denmark. Denmark might have to be defending here for the next 15 minutes or so. But either way, they've given a great account of themselves in this first half. Possession, it's still 51-49 to Denmark. 7 shots to 1 for Denmark. 3 shots on target for Denmark, just the 1 for Belgium. 72% of their duels have been successful. Kante was amazing, says Stephen. XFL, shout out to you, bud. Stephen said Scotland 2, England 1. Miss Clown said, I've tweeted you the advert. Okay, what I'm going to do is obviously I can't play it for copyright reasons, but I will retweet it so that others can enjoy it. So there we go. It's been retweeted. If anyone wants to see an advert about bacon, it is on the Wrestling Days Twitter right now. Thanks to Miss Clown One. Harley said, I'm a shy person. I just hang out by myself. I'm not a people person. Maybe I've got 1 or 2 that are great friends. Had loads in primary. I can understand that. I mean, you get introverts and extroverts and all of that. And it's not something that you should ever feel pressured about or worry about. You just got to live your life, haven't you? Do whatever you want to do. Make yourself happy. I just know that looking back now, I wish I had mixed it up a little bit. Ball rolled wide. Denmark getting another little opportunity. I love that dude's hat. That guy in the crowd has got a hat that's got a couple of hands here. So when you pull the thing, they'll applaud. That hat would be really good, actually. If something's on that you're not really that impressed with, you could just, like, slow clap. I'm Humpty Dumpty. Johnny's 8 Khabib Onion. Oh. Belgium in the Danish penalty area, but Denmark clear. I wish I'd done more drugs in school, but I did get all the girls. Hey, well, listen, it sounds like you still did very well. I successfully got none of the girls. Mainly because my attempt at getting girls consisted of me running home after school and playing football every night. I mean, we all know if I tried to get the girls. I think we all know. We all know if I'd have tried. If Slicky Ricky over here had given it a go, yeah? Then I would have got them all as well. I would have been like Crazy Ginger. But instead, I was playing football. The Danes are going to win the Euros for Christian Eriksen, says Stephen McGrath. England 3 versus 0 to Scotland, is that? For some reason, the flags don't show up. I'm not sure why the flags don't show when people put them in the chat. I'm an introvert, says Austin. I'm a huge introvert, says LSW. Hey, it's one of them, isn't it? It's one of them. The world's full of introverts and extroverts. It's no bad thing. Both have got their positives and I'm sure negatives, but yeah, I mean, having sitting here at a slightly more advanced age than some people in the chat, I can honestly say, you know, do whatever to make yourself happy, but like, you know, make sure that you are living life to the max. I definitely look back on school and regret doing a lot of just the same thing every day, which was literally just playing football. Good though. I still enjoyed it. the middle. So Denmark's still on the ball. We're in Belgium's half. Played back into the Danish half. Days England-Scotland kicks off at 8, but the stream is set for 5. Yes, it is. The reason for that is because I really want a good build for the match. And I was thinking... I was thinking, should we do the Croatia game just before? But the problem is the Croatia game just before, that's going to finish, and then pretty much straight away we're going to have to go straight to England-Scotland. So I don't want to do 2 separate streams. So I'm thinking, this is my thought, start super early, talk about England-Scotland, but on in the background will be the Croatia game. So we can keep an eye on Croatia. We can talk about England-Scotland. We can talk about the Croatia game. Probably end up talking about life and other things as well. But all the time we're just building towards England-Scotland. We're just building and building and building. The excitement is ramping up. It's going to be a big stream tomorrow. So, well spotted, James. Well spotted. That's my thought behind it. So we will be starting at that time. Basically, it's in a way, it's kind of the Croatia stream, but it just means we don't do a separate stream. It's just all in the one stream. So there's no ending and then coming back like 15 minutes later. It's the big one, guys. England, Scotland. A fierce rivalry. It's kind of like, well, it's Canada, America, isn't it? Or I'd imagine Mexico, America. Harley said, Days, I did get bullied, not physically, thankfully, because I would have sorted him out. But I did get bullied mentally. It happens, Harley. I mean, if people do get bullied, it's, just worth remembering you are absolutely not alone. It can feel like it. If you've got a load of people that are like, ganging up on you, and maybe you're looking around and you do feel like you're on your own, but it's happening to so many people in so many schools. I mean, we all go through bullying. I went through bullying as well. I mean, it's just, I don't feel like it's that weird, to be honest. I saw people get horrifically bullied. There was someone in our school whose I think their parents or grandparents were German, and they just got bullied horrifically for that. Because kids, they're just idiots, aren't they? They're just idiots. But because they were German and everything, they just got really, really bullied for being German. And they weren't even German. I mean, not that it would have mattered if they were German, but they weren't even German. It was like their parents or grandparents. My brother got bullied pretty bad, says Austin. WWE Freak Official says, how TF is Belgium losing? They are, I must admit, they didn't look good in the last game, but the thing was, we were like, wow, they didn't even get out of first gear. They didn't have to get out of first gear. But I suppose the concern here is, why aren't they going to a second gear? where's the set? We didn't see the second gear in the first game. And right now we're watching them against Denmark and they're losing. And I can't say we've seen a second gear here yet either. Like, right now, Denmark are the better team. If you told me that Denmark were the best team in the world playing Belgium, I'd be like, I can see that. I can see that. I mean, they've had 8 shots, 3 on target, compared to Belgium that have had 1. Jules won 67% to 33. Austin said, Lukaku is my captain, and he hasn't scored anything for me. Good boy. Good man. He's my captain as well, so don't worry about it. Here we go. Look, Lukaku weaving his magic. But trying to play the ball through, and Denmark get it away. Belgium win it back. Lukaku on the ball. Goes down. There's going to be a free kick. Free kick right on the edge of the Danish penalty area. So Lukaku showing great strength. What a player he is. Right, here we go then. Belgium have got a free kick. What I would say is, if Lukaku doesn't get any points, make sure you change into someone that plays tomorrow. So, my plan, if Lukaku scores twice here, I'm probably going to leave him as my captain. But if he doesn't get any points, then I will change Lukaku for, like, Harry Kane, who plays tomorrow. Right, here we go. Belgium with a free kick on the right-hand side, whipped. Oh, that was a waste. Just go straight out. That is a real waste. Not great. Denmark adrenaline rush is going to wear off, says Badger and Bournemouth. And Belgium will win the second half. WWE Freak Official says Yarmolenko was mine. Good pick. Good pick. He did very, very well. Days. I tried to get the girls in high school. I told them they were hot, and I tried to date them, but they got mad at me. And I even tried to sing Justin Bieber to them. I'm not sure that's how you get the girls, to be honest. I mean, like, going up to the girls saying you look hot and then singing Justin Bieber, I'm not sure is the greatest plan, to be perfectly truthful. I think you kind of need to just talk to them. I mean, just find out a bit about them. Ask them their, name and what they're into and who they hang out with, and just sort of try to get to know them that way. If you are a youngster at school, hang on, ball into them. Oh, nice. If you are a youngster at school, why not try that? Just go up to, like, a girl. What have you got to lose? Just go up to, like, one of the girls. Just start a conversation. Just talk to them like you would talk to a friend. Hey, how you doing? Like that. I mean, honestly, sometimes the simplest thing is the most effective. Rather than, like, trying to sing songs to them. Ball goes out. Dave, did you hear that Sonia Devilla's been training to make her return? I hadn't, but that's interesting. Shout out to you, Brian. Austin said, would it work on you? I'm asking for a friend. No, haven't you heard that I'm shockingly boring and dull when I just do the same thing all the time? Pretty much that's my life, thinking about it. When I was at school, I used to come home and play football, and that was it. Now I'm an adult, I just stream all the time. I'm just sit here doing this all the time now. I got the girls because I was fun. I did not care what anyone thought. I would just talk to them like normal people. There we go. Crazy Ginger, Jake Holden. Sometimes it really is the most obvious thing, Some of this stuff can get very overcomplicated. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. And that is the half-time score. Half-time score. Wow. Who expected that? Denmark 1, Belgium 0, goal scored after 2 minutes. And honestly, this could easily be 2-0, 3-0, something along those lines. How incredible is that? 1-0 to Denmark, and they absolutely deserve it. You've got to think that Belgium are going to come out all guns blazing, though, in that second half. If they haven't shown a second gear yet, but they're going to have to. They're not going to be... I don't think they're going to be too worried. Belgium, at this stage. But, yeah, that's going to be an interesting half-time team talk for Belgium. Arthur said, I've never dated in my life. I haven't got the guts. Ah, birds. All you got to do is talk. All you got to do is talk to, a girl. Get to know them a little bit. And, you'll just kind of read the signs. You'll kind of get a feeling as to if they're interested or if there's something more there or not. But there's no reason. Take it a step at a time. Talk to the girls first, yeah? All you're doing is being a friend. You don't need guts for that. If they turn around and go, oh, I'm not interested or whatever, no problem. Have a good day. That's it, innit? Don't overthink it. No problem. Have a good day. See you around. Done. It's not the end of the world. Well, all you're doing is, take it a step at a time. No one's saying you have to run up to them going, will you go out with me? No one's saying this. I ain't never tried to get girls. They just follow me around. Well, there we go. The magnet that is William. The love magnet. David Robert Wood said, same as me. I just watch TV and eat my dinner. No, lady, just be yourself. Just be yourself. That's good advice from David. I don't know how we've got onto this subject, but I feel like this is something the chat is asking for a little. Tharika said, Days, I watched Randy Orton episode on the Broken School Sessions. It was awesome. Alex said, I've got more important things to do than trying for relationships. That's good, yeah. I mean, I must admit, I've always been quite work-focused. Very much to the detriment of relationships as well. But, it's one of those, isn't it? You've got to have a good balance as well. Unless you're just someone that just really isn't interested and it's just, you want to get on with work and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's different people in the world, isn't there? Mick Foley will be on the Broken School Sessions on Sunday, says Rated R Wrestling. Johnny said, no kid should go through bullying. We need to stop bullying in schools. It's hard, though, because kids... I mean, I'm not justifying bullying. Of course I'm not. But kids are learning at school where the boundaries are, They're learning how to be a part of society. They're learning how to control their frustrations and their own... I mean, a lot of bullies are learning how to control their own feelings of, not being good enough or whatever. I know that's quite deep or what, but, there's a lot of bullies that have to bully other people to make themselves feel better. That's what it comes down to. If you've got to go around bullying people, there's a good chance that you're not happy. And there's a good chance that there's something wrong. And there's a good chance that you're, struggling with something in your own life. And so you've got to make others struggle with something in theirs to make you feel better. That's kind of, how bullying works, really. So and that's hard for adults, let alone kids, to kind of deal with and get their heads around. So I'm not sure that you'll ever get rid of it. I mean, I think that it can be controlled better, though. I think there's more that people could do to stamp it out, control it, eliminate it, cut it down, kind of a thing. But you have to kind of, if you are being bullied, realise there's a very good chance the person doing the bullying has got, issues themselves that they're, really struggling with. I'm not saying, go and give him a hug. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that don't feel like you're the one that's do you know what I mean? They're picking on you because you're rubbish. Actually, they've got some rubbish stuff going on, which is probably where it's all coming from. So in a way, it might have very little to do with you. You might just be where all of that frustration is being put on, It's not your fault, guys. It's not your fault. Right, we're back in the studio. 1-0 Denmark. And incredible. Absolutely incredible. I certainly didn't expect this. Great to see that 10-minute mark as well, where everyone was applauding. That's a real moment that I think will come out of this tournament. I think Copenhagen has been making a lot of noise as well. They're really up for this. Denmark have worked so hard, but as we said, we're going to have to wait and see what Belgium do in the second half. Hasib said, Days, do you think Lukaku isn't playing to the highest standards for Eriksen? No. No way. No way. Eriksen would want Lukaku to play at his highest standards. There is no way. Because if Denmark are going to win this, they're going to win this or want to win this because they deserve to. They're not going to want to be given this win. And Belgium ain't going to give them a win. So, no. I think honestly, I think there were some signs in that first game that Belgium weren't quite at their best in the first game. I never felt that they made like a big statement. I just kind of felt like the statement was that they didn't even have to get out of first gear to win that match against... Was it Russia they played? I can't quite remember. I'll tell you. It was Russia. So against Russia, they didn't even have to get out of first gear. Here, they're not out of first gear, but the difference is this is a very motivated Denmark team. In Denmark, they'd lost their first game, and they're just getting battered. So Belgium have really, in this second half, got to show us that they have got a second, third, fourth, fifth gear. Because maybe they're missing De Bruyne more than we thought they would. Maybe that defence is just not as great as we thought it was. I mean, we thought that defence was a bit shaky, but it has looked horrific in this first half. It just looks so easy. I can't believe how often Denmark have been able to get into the Belgian penalty area with the ball. It's stunning. Like, this should be getting mopped up and being dealt with by that Belgium defence, and they're just showing us on screen now. They're in the wrong positions. They're not pressing enough. It's just that the Belgium defence is a car crash. So I think Belgium have got some serious issues they need to work with. Andra said, I just checked, and the 2026 World Cup is going to have 48 teams instead of 32. Flippity-doodah. Why don't we just put every team in the World Cup? 48 teams in the World Cup. How many games is that going to be? I'm just one man. LSW said, if you are being bullied, just punch them in the face and tell them to leave. That is my advice for the day. Alex said, I was pretty confident in primary school. I made friends with some bad potatoes in secondary. Threats and just mick-taking haven't been bothered about making friends since then. Never know what one is like. You can't go through life that way, though, bud, can you? You can't go through life, like, worried to make friends with people because they might turn out to be bad. Like, you just kind of got to make friends with people and just take it as it goes, really. There's good people, there's bad people, there's good people that become bad people, there's bad people that become good people. It's ever evolving, ever changing. But it shouldn't be a reason to, like, stay away from people or put up, like, a bit of a... Do you know what I mean? It's not going to... You're not going to be living life to the fullest if you do that. So I'd have a little think. I'd have a little reconsider. Harley said, talk to girls like your normal friends or try to make a new friend. And when you make friends and you're friends for a long time, you get to know them, feel comfortable. Pop the question. Well, it's true. Yeah. I mean, if you're feeling comfortable, if you're friends with, like, say, a girl, for example, and, you know, you could start to get a bit of an idea as to whether, is there something more there? I mean, you might be feeling it. They might not be feeling it. I would say that's the hardest part. Not talking to them at first. But if you've got, like, some sort of feelings for them, that's the hardest thing. Trying to figure out, are they feeling that as well? Is it just me? Is it them? I mean, and then, like, you're risking the friendship and you're going to make it awkward if you say something and you don't know whether to say anything because you like hanging out with them. That's the hardest bit. Not talking to them initially. That's the easy bit. The hardest bit is once you've, like, you know, you're talking to them, you're good friends, and you see each other around. That's when it become a bit more difficult. Moldy Spoon said, I tried dating once. I said, did you fall from heaven? She said, is that because I'm an angel? I said, no, it looks like your face hit the ground really hard. I haven't seen her since. Please don't do that, anyone. That is a joke. I hope it's a joke. Whew. Mouldy Spoon. LSW said, Days, you should write a poem. At times you sound like Robert Frost. Who the flip is Robert Frost? Is that Jack's brother? Who's Robert Frost? Rated R Wrestling said, who's going to watch Impact tonight? I should imagine there's someone out there. Hasib said, I didn't know Days had a way with the girls. Hasib, the girls don't know that either. Don't worry about it. The girls don't know that either. I'm from Denmark. 1-0. Hey, the whole world is cheering you on. I am cheering on for a Lukaku goal as well, though. I'm not going to lie. He's in my fantasy team. So, sort of need something. But I'm hoping that you do. I'm hoping that you do get a win here. The whole world is hoping you get a win here. We are cheering you on. And a brilliant first half performance by Denmark as well. Absolutely fantastic. Going to have to bring that and more for the second half, though. You've got to think that Belgium are going to be coming out pretty hard in this second half. You don't know who Robert Frost is? He was a poet. I've never heard of Robert. What do you think I know about poetry? I don't know anything about poetry. I know Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but that's about it. I don't know poems. No, I don't know who Robert Frost is. Maybe they taught it at school, but I was too busy going, this is boring, this is boring. Things that are boring include this. This is boring. Days, we're trying to learn about Robert Frost. Fine. There's 80 games in 2026. Oh my God. Harley said, Days, you look like Eminem from 8 Mile, but with a big beard. That's cool. I've definitely been called worse than that. By people that I would class as friends as well. Tonight I'm having band camp for marching band. I play the trombone, and I'm amazing. Seems like you've got quite the skills, Bunyak. You're a trombone-playing striker. Austin said, I've never heard of Robert Frost. I've never heard of Robert Frost. I'll quickly Google who Robert Frost is. Because I'm pretty sure there's a good chance that LSW has just made this up. Hang on. Robert Frost. I'll have a look now. Robert Frost. Oh, my God. It's some boomer. Oh, my God. It's some absolute boomer. I love him. Look at this. What a guy. Guys, look at this dude. I'm gonna show you this boomer. We'll add him to Boomer's row. Here he is, look. And it's even got his name written. I found a postcard of him. Here's a little photo. This was taken on a Polaroid camera. You'll see what I mean in a second. And they've kindly written his name onto it, which obviously helps. Here he is. There he is. There we go, guys. There he is. Look, Robert Frost. LSW's favourite old man. There we go, Robert Frost. What a boomer. He looks like a president, doesn't he? Getting president vibes from President Frost. Boomer Frost. I've never heard of him. If I could tell you one of his poems, I would be quite up for that. So there's that boomer. Here's a poem. Oh God, is there a short one? Oh, they're all wordy and long. This is turning into like some kind of rubbish class. I'm really not into this. Here we go. Apparently this is Robert Frost. It's called A Patch of... Oh, A Time to Talk. Let's have a look at this. What's this? When a friend calls to me from the road and slows his horse to a meaningful walk, I don't stand still and look around. On all the hills I haven't hovered and shout from where I am, what is it? No, not as there is a time to talk. I thrust my hoe in the mellow ground. Well, she's not going to appreciate that. Blade end up and 5 feet tall and plod. I go up to the stone wall for a friendly visit. So there we go. I mean, that was awful. That was absolutely awful. He wouldn't even get like a C in the classes I were in at school for that. He should be absolutely ashamed. I don't even understand that poem, to be honest. I thought it was going to be quite deep, you know, a time to talk. We've been talking about dating girls and bullying and all that kind of stuff, and that just didn't work at all. I tell you what is working though. Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne comes on in the second half. So Belgium have had a look at the situation. They've gone, we're getting battered. And they've brought on Kevin De Bruyne. You might remember De Bruyne plays for Man City. He was in the final of the Champions League and he got walloped. And I think he like really damaged his eye socket or something. So as a result, he missed the first game. He's missed the first half, but here he is. We are back underway. And let's change the 1 to a 2. Where is LSW? I expect an apology. That's what I expect. I expect LSW to apologise for introducing us to the boomer. I was happier when I didn't know about Robert Frost than I was now that I know about Robert Frost. Where is he? Where's LSW? I expect a flipping apology. This community is waiting. Days, the best thing you could say to a girl, which will surely make you get that girl, say to her face, she is Twitter come to life. There you go. That will help you get the girl. But isn't Twitter full of trolls and hate and depression and sadness? Pretty sure if someone said to me, you're Twitter that's come to life, I think I'd just punch them in the face. LSW said, I'm here and I'm not sorry. Unbelievable. I mean, the only good thing I can say is that you've shown great support for the boomer community. So, as a signed-up member of the boomer community, I do appreciate that. But I feel like there's better representatives of the boomer world order than Robert Frost. Either way, guys, we've touched on poetry. I think we all knew that we would at some point during this stream. So we've dealt with that's tick. We've touched on boomers. Tick. I feel like I think we've sorted bullying now. I think that's like eradicated. I think we've actually got rid of it for the world. So we've sorted out bullying. I think as well, like dating just became a lot easier for everyone. So we have really ticked a lot of boxes in this stream. So it's going very well. Very, very well. If someone said, "Oh, did you watch that Days football stream earlier?" What? I didn't get a chance to watch it. What did they talk about? The answer would have to be everything, wouldn't it? It was everything. We literally spoke about everything. We spoke about life and poetry and dating, and I think we covered everything. It's amazing, amazingly deep. The stuff that we cover here. I have 6 poems of Frost in high school, and the thing I don't understand a damn thing, says Athol. I've never even heard of him. I seriously have never heard of him. He died in the 1960s. How am I meant to be aware of someone that's died in the 1960s? It's unbelievable. Okay, so here come Belgium. Belgium in white over on the left-hand side, looking to whip the ball into the centre, but nice defending by Denmark. Days, I'm a trombone-playing soccer skill baseball player who can wrestle and do YouTube. We're very similar, you and me, Bunyat. Nice header there by the Belgian player, but puts it wide. Have you ever watched Tyler Perry plays? No. No. I must admit, I've not seen many of his films. But he's been in quite a few films, hasn't he? It's a name that I'm aware of. But I don't know much about, to be honest. That whole kind of, I feel like he was part of Def Jam comedy, and wasn't there like Def Jam poetry as well? I bet LSW's all over that, isn't he? I bet LSW is all over that. Today's stream is not sponsored by the Samaritans. No, but you are. There's a good chance that you will need them after. It's not sponsored by them, but they'll certainly be aware of the stream. Courtois trying to get the ball out of play as Denmark again breaking forward. I think it's Madia. Was there a few of those films? Madia rings a bell. I think that was like maybe a character he played. Denmark trying to get into the centre, but... Oh, is he going to give a free kick? Referee was doing a few little gestures there. It was kind of like... That was quite the little dance routine that I just saw. Look at the lovely legs. Oh, look at his lovely legs. Oh, he's got lovely legs. Trying to do a bit of trickery on the edge of the Belgium area. So it's going to be a free kick right on the edge of the penalty box. Right on the edge. This is Goalville right here. Might be a little tricky. The walls have been really good in the tournament. It's going to be a little bit tricky to get that ball up and down, and it does hit the wall. The walls have been rock solid in the tournament. Yeah. I am now officially a member of the Boomers. Yes, Rated R Wrestling. We are recruiting at the moment. Days, if you want to get a girl, say to her what World War III would look like. Ball into the midfield. No one. Days, life completed it. Yeah, completed that, mate. Life. Did that by the age of 15. I'm on life 2.0 right now. Johnny said, Days, I was being bullied in school. I told my sister. My sister told me, tell him if he bullies you, I will come to school and hit him in the head with a hammer. I told him and he got scared. Yeah. That'll do it. There's a few ways. I mean, standing up to them is always going to be the best way. You know, standing up to them. But the problem is that if they're bullies that, you know, really believe they can fight and are going to stand their ground, you can get into a bit of bother with that approach as well. So you might want to try a few different things, like telling them that, you know, your brother or sister's said that they're going to attack them with a hammer and stuff like this. That might scare them off. But always, you know, standing up to them. Tell a teacher, guys. That's what you're meant to do, isn't it? Tell a teacher. I'm not sure that always works, but I think that's what you're meant to say. Definitely tell someone. You're meant to do that. You definitely meant to tell someone. No way should you deal with bullying on your own. No way. But I can understand why kids don't tell teachers. I said, tell the girl you are what World War III would look like. Yeah, don't do that. I don't know. You seem to be completely stuck on the wrong things here, Harley. Badger and Bournemouth said, still not quite as good as the flag conversation. Well, you know, we try our best. Who thought God would be sat doing a stream about Denmark beating Belgium? Yeah. What if I am the second coming? Did anyone ever think about that? I'm sure you have all thought about that sometimes. But what if I am Jesus? I mean, think about it. If Jesus was coming back, I would say being a YouTube streamer would be a pretty good way to get the message out there. You know, just saying. Here's Lukaku breaking forward, plays into the centre. De Bruyne across, and it's a goal. And that is what De Bruyne can do. Wow, De Bruyne playing it across to Hazard, and it's 1-1. Wow, an assist for De Bruyne. Heartbreak for Denmark. Great work by Lukaku, but unfortunately it wasn't Lukaku that gets the assist. Lukaku played it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays it to Hazard. Hazard taps it in. It's incredible, isn't it, De Bruyne? De Bruyne is incredible. They're just showing a replay of, you know, he has to, like, weave through a couple of people, find an opening, he plays the ball across. It's like watching De Bruyne play football is like watching someone work within the Matrix. It's just like, he's got the balls, a couple of people here, am I going to shoot? No, there's a little gap there, I'll play it through that instead. And all Hazard had to do was just go, huh? Tap it in. Huh? Tap it in. Just tap it in. Happy Gilmore. Yeah, De Bruyne, man. I tell you, Denmark, I mean, they've played so well, but we've said it multiple times. If you're not going to take your opportunities, that's the difference, isn't it? That's the difference between the good teams and the great teams. Both can create chances, but one of them will take them and one of them won't. And, you know, Spain got punished the other day for not taking their chances. Denmark have had 11 shots, 3 on target, and it's 1 goal for them. I mean, they're still drawing. They're still in this thing. Harley said, Days, come on. I told a girl she is what World War III would look like. I still got to see her again. I mean, sure, she got a bit physical, but I'm sure that was an accident. Ant says, at school, the scariest thing that happened is a real lockdown. I actually saw someone get... What? Is that true? Dude, that's horrific. If that's true, that is absolutely horrific. There's nothing that you can really say to something like that. It's obviously something that, you know, we've seen happen a few times, unfortunately, and it's, you know, that's got to stop. That there's no way that people should be able to get guns into schools and stuff like that. If that's what happened, I'm guessing that's what that was. So, Ant, shout out to you, dude. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but on a good day, Schmeichel could save that ball, says Max. Yeah, it's true. It was the scariest thing I've seen. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the kind of thing that sticks with people and changes people and really messes people up. So, you know, I hope you, you know, took time to, you know, look after yourself after something like that. I'd probably want to talk to someone after something like that, you know. I'd definitely want to be going to like some kind of therapy or something, but people can deal with stuff like that in different ways. But trying to get your head around something like that would properly mess you up. So shout out to you, Ant. Shout out to you. Days, can you read it? Maybe I will see you. Can you read it? Can I read what, bud? Maybe I will see you for Euro. Maybe I will see you tomorrow. Can I read it? Maria, shout out to you. Shamar said, I wish I had Hazard. Well, you know, it's easy. It's easy to say, I wish I had this person. I wish I had that person. You know, it is what it is. Just got to, go with the team you think, and what will be, will be. Evan says therapy is for the weak. That is completely wrong, Evan. Completely wrong. Evan is therapy is absolutely not for the weak. Trying to seek help when you need it is for the strong. But if you're someone that's been through something like that, I would want to speak to someone, because that kind of thing can really mess you up. Days, I saw Kevin De Bruyne live in Hampden at the qualifiers recently. Probably one of the best performances I've ever seen. It was absolute quality, says Graham. Yeah, Harley. Yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Right, we are almost at the hour mark. We're in the Danish half. Looks like Belgium are trying to break. Ball played forward. We've got 3 along the back. Into the centre for Belgium. But Denmark get it back. I mean, right now, game-wise, it's a bit gutted. Kind of watching the game, and I'm a bit like, I feel like gutted for Denmark. But it's still 1-1, It's still 1-1. They're still getting a draw here. Alex said, I just joined the stream. Have we been lucky to see Casino tonight? I think Casino's done, to be honest. I think Casino's done. I don't think Casino really carried much of a threat. And we haven't really seen Casino much since, so... Nah, I think Casino was kind of painted as a villain when really just wanted to spread their message of free spins and free money when you signed up to their website. There are random grown people at beat a child, mostly that adult sports. Crazy to think Chelsea let a young De Bruyne and Salah go. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea have got a bit of a bad record, haven't they, of like bringing in players that are world class and then they don't quite do it. Torres, do you remember Torres? They signed him, didn't they, from Liverpool, and he underperformed. Salah, as you mentioned, and De Bruyne and whatnot. Now they've got Timo Werner, who you could argue is world class, and they're just not getting out of him what you would have expected. So there's something about Chelsea. You could argue United a little bit are similar, but in all fairness, Fernandes has come in and he's rocking and rolling. But do look at someone like Martial, Di Maria, Memphis Depay. You do look at some of these names that have been in United as well that haven't quite clicked. And look at Lukaku at United. Lukaku at United just really struggled. Just wasn't, we ended up selling him and he's just gone on to become one of the best strikers in world football. Ball to the back post, but it sails out. So, yeah, I mean, Chelsea have definitely had some incredible players, and they've still got incredible players. But they don't always work out. That would be a concern for me if I was Haaland. I know there's lots of rumours of Haaland going to Chelsea. But if I was Haaland, I would look at some of them names and think, something not quite right there. Something not quite right. There's a good few people that have been to that place and not fulfilled their potential. In fairness, I'd look at United and think the same. Look at Van der Beek. Van der Beek not being given much opportunity, and when he does get on the pitch, he doesn't really set the world on fire. Chelsea had Lukaku. Brian said who's currently winning. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Game's a bit more even now. First half was Denmark. Second half, a little more even. Ball is just at the halfway line. It's with Belgium. Belgium are looking to press forward at the moment. Alex said, have you got anything exciting happening for food? No. Food for me at the moment is really unexciting. Really unexciting. I'm literally having to survive on just like microwavable meals at the moment and stuff like that. So I'm just, it's just time, isn't it? It's time. I mean, like after this, we've got next to no time till we start the next stream. Then later tonight, I've got a member stream. Then I've got a wrestling escape pod stream. I always need to be setting up more future streams as well. So, you know, I end up doing that. Before I know it, it's like, it's going to be, you know, 3, 4 in the morning. So, yeah, food-wise is just awful for me at the moment. Ball whipped into the centre by De Bruyne. Falls onto the edge of the penalty area. And Belgium have got it at the halfway line. Days, about Nick Gage, did you watch his Dark Side of the Ring? Yeah, I watched it. It's, you know, interesting. But he's not someone that's really ever been on my radar. I don't really look at, like, the CZW deathmatch stuff. Deathmatch stuff's not for me. I mean, I watched some ECW, and there's definitely parts of ECW I like, but I kind of feel that the blood, the barbed wire, like cutting people open for the sake of it. I don't go to a wrestling show to see blood. I don't go to a wrestling show for that. I mean, there's people that are. I suppose that's when wrestling becomes a bit more gladiatorial. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's people that want blood. They want to see, if they could, you know, they want to see people ripping each other's limbs off and stuff like this. I don't really watch wrestling for that. I like the drama, the stories, the skill. I like the skill. I really like seeing the transitions and the different moves and, you know, just quality wrestling. So death matches have never really done it for me. There's a place for them. There's an audience for them, but it's not really for me. So I was never really into like Nick Gage, to be honest. But it was interesting watching Dark Side. There's definitely stuff in there that I didn't know. But he's not like a hero now of mine or anything like this. I don't think any different of him. Connor said John Moxley loves death matches. Yes. Do you believe that Seth has lost some of his star power? No. I think he's still got the same star power. It's just a bit dimmed at the moment, but it's easy to get back. You know, it's nothing that a gimmick change won't fix for him. I love a nice microwavable meal myself. Ever made meals in advance? Maybe do that on a member stream. We'll keep ourselves busy in the chat. I've never done that, actually, no. I've never made meals in advance that I can then pop in the microwave or do something like that. That is something I'm very, very bad at. Is, like... I think if I was, like, to cook for someone, I'd be all right, yeah? I wouldn't be amazing, but I could, you know, I could put together a decent plate of food. But when it's yourself, you're just like, oh, whatever, just put this in a microwave. I've very much got that mentality. Like, right, what can we do? Right, let's get some tuna, put it in a bowl, heat up some rice in a microwave, that'll do. Tuna and rice, that'll do. I mean, that is very much where I am, as, you know, when it comes to looking after myself with food and whatnot. When I lived down in Ipswich, I would do a lot of, like, pasta and chicken. I mean, it's really easy to do. Just boil some pasta, put the chicken in the oven, bosh. I mean, a little bit bland maybe, but I don't know. I don't worry about it. I don't think about it. I do like nice food, but it's not something that I really spend a lot of time worrying about, thinking about, or anything like that. Denmark have got the ball in the midfield at the moment, and they're breaking into the Belgium half. Chances have definitely been a bit more limited, but saying that, Denmark on the edge of the Belgium area, shot off straight at Courtois. I love blood and violence. It's what got me into wrestling, says Crazy Ginger Jake Hold'em. UK loves spicy foods. Yep. Gordon Ramsay or Jamie Oliver? I don't know. There's not really any celebrity chef that really speaks to me, to be honest. They all do, like, similar kind of thing, really. Giving it away. Oh, he's gone down. Oh, I don't think he's going to get the penalty. Danish player goes down, and I think he's been carded maybe for diving. Yellow card for diving. So he was looking for a penalty. We'll see the replay here. Yeah. Nowhere near him. Wow, that is bad. That is bad. Absolutely nowhere near him. Lukaku is still only 28. He's got a bright future. So I'm trying to convince Gordon Ramsay to be a vegetarian. That won't happen. Lukaku on the ball right now. Oh, wonderful work by Lukaku. He's managed to get past a couple of players there. Into the centre. Ball played around. Oh my God. Has De Bruyne just scored? So it turns out there's a Belgium with De Bruyne and a Belgium without De Bruyne. It turns out the Belgium without De Bruyne struggles to beat Denmark. The Belgium with De Bruyne looks incredible. That ball played right across into De Bruyne and... yeah... Lukaku doing some great work, but just really frustrating. He's not going to be getting any points for all of this hard work he's doing. But he beat a couple of players, and look at that finish by De Bruyne. Look at that finish. Oh! Right on the edge of the box. Tucks it right into the corner. Wow. This De Bruyne is a game-changing player. A game-changing player. 2-1 to Belgium. Yeah, I feel for Denmark. Denmark were doing so well, and then De Bruyne came along. Future Compilation said, is he even human? What a goal by Kevin De Bruyne. Tell you what, I'd take him for England. If he fancies being English at all for this tournament, I'll have him. I'm not replacing Phillips though. I'll tell you that for now. Not replacing Phillips. I will forever envy Man City for this. What a player, says Alex. Well, I think the only question mark would be about his fitness. But if he's going to play half a game here, that would certainly suggest he's going to be there or thereabouts. Belgium defender set for operation. What's this? Suffering 6 fractures. Belgium defender Timothy Castagny is set to undergo surgery on Tuesday. The Leicester man suffered a nasty clash of heads against Russia. I hadn't heard this. Initial examinations revealed 2 facial fractures. Wow. I hadn't heard that. That was from the other day. I'm just seeing a couple of articles on the bottom of this One Football thing where we get the team news. Has De Bruyne just gained as many fantasy points with 25 minutes as every other player in the tournament? He's going to be there or thereabouts. I mean, if anyone had De Bruyne... I mean, I think a lot of us would have had De Bruyne in our teams at the start, but obviously when he got that injury in the Champions League final, had to take him out. I wish I had him now. He's not going to be cheap, though. He's probably going to be the most expensive midfielder in the game. But, yeah, if he's coming back, I think... If anyone's used their wild card yet in the fantasy game, you might be a little bit gutted because there's a good chance you might not have brought De Bruyne into your team. If you haven't used your wild card, that is definitely a name you might want to have a look at. De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne, Lukaku, maybe Meunier might be the three players, or Courtois might be like that. Might be your three Belgian players to get. I think you might want Belgian players, Italy players. It's hard to know who else actually. Belgium and Italy, maybe France. 3 Belgium, 3 Italy, 3 France. That would make up a good chunk of your team. All of those look like they're going to be there or thereabouts. Maybe an England player, maybe a Netherlands player. Ukraine, depending on who they go on to face. Yarmolenko or Yamachek. Belgium again, looking to break. Lukaku down the centre. Ball! Almost with Lukaku. Lukaku was trying to get a hold of it. I really need Lukaku to score. I think, was it me and David said this would be 3-1 before, so it's 2-1. So there could be another goal in this. Days, for me, AEW does blood too often, and it doesn't become special, unlike WWE. I mean, I was shocked and happy that Charlotte even just had some blood come out of her nose. Tharuka said, this game is really exciting. S. Bassett said, Kevin De Bruyne to Real Madrid. He is Galactico material, surely. Modric and Cruz are mid-30s, if they could get him, but I don't know that he would leave. I think De Bruyne's really happy in Manchester with Pep, so I'm not sure that they'd be able to get him. But he is up there with best players in the world. Into the centre, trying to get a shot off, but a good last-ditch tackle there. Braithwaite trying to charge into the Belgian penalty area. Do you think Samoa Joe will change NXT? Well, he'll have an effect, but I don't think he's going to massively change NXT. But he'll definitely have an effect. Corner to Denmark. Whip the ball into the centre. Headed, punched away by Courtois. Falls to De Bruyne. Braithwaite almost scored, says Pong. My prediction is Belgium 3, Denmark 2. Miss Clown 1 says sexy stream. Sexy. The game is really exciting. The goalie did a bad dive. He could have saved that, says AG Games. Do you think Sergio Ramos will come to United? I don't think so. I'm not sure that United is that exciting of a prospect for players that have got options. I think if you're a player that like Ramos, that everyone in the world would take that player. Sergio Ramos could go to PSG. He could go to City. He could go to Chelsea. He could go to United. I mean, I kind of feel like he could go anywhere. Who's not going to want Sergio Ramos? Is he going to join? Is he going to join Man United, who struggle to get out of the group? The Champions League group. We're just looking at the replay of the goal. Beautiful goal by De Bruyne. Is he going to join United, who have struggled in the Champions League, finished second, but well behind Man City? If I was Sergio Ramos, I'd want to see some big plays in the transfer window. Like if I was seeing like Sancho and a few other players come in, like maybe Ronaldo, Sancho coming to United, I might look at that and go, okay, I see what they're doing. I might be like, I fancy Premier League, but if I'm not seeing anything, then I might be a bit like, would you join United? Man United have got to make it an attractive prospect to come to the club. They've got to make it this is the place to be. They need a big, big summer. And in all fairness, that Sancho deal should have been done by now. I have no idea where the delays are with that Sancho deal. We wanted him last year. The price has now come down. Apparently, the personal terms have been agreed for ages. So what's going on? Why has it not been announced? Last year they wanted like 100-odd million. This year they'll take 80. Last year we were going to offer them 80. Now they've brought the price down, and this deal is still not done. We are horrific when it comes to transfers. So do I think Sergio Ramos will join? I wish he would. I've just got very little confidence in Man U when they're in the transfer market. Because apart from the odd gem, like Fernandes, who was still a good year later than he should have been, we're just awful. What does the wild card do? It means you can completely change your team. So, you know, every week you can change 2 players. When you play the wild card option, you can change your whole team and you don't lose any points. You can change 2 players each week and not lose any points. If you change 3, then you lose, I think it's like 4 points. If you change 4, then you lose 8 points. So, you don't want to be losing points. It's obviously hard enough to get points. You don't want to be losing them. So, yeah, the wild card, you can only do it once in the whole tournament. You can only do it once. But you play your wild card, and that's going to allow you to change your whole team. So all the players that you brought in and you took a chance on and it's not worked out or whatever, you can now play your wild card and get those good players that have performed. Long ball, out. Oh, Courtois was right on the edge of the box. He's not allowed to handle it on the edge of the box. But I think everything was okay. This is end-to-end stuff at the moment. Let's not forget that Ramos is 35, 36. How much has he got left? Yeah, but I think for this season in particular, maybe the next couple of years, people will take him. He was still performing. I mean, Real, I don't think were particularly eager to lose him, but I just don't think they could work out the terms and all of that. So I kind of think that you're not wrong. He is getting on in age, absolutely, but he brings such experience. He is still a fantastic defender, and he's still going to have a year or 2, probably 2, at the very, very top, and he's free. He's not going to cost anything, is he? I think he's out of contract. So he's not going to cost you anything. He's regarded as one of the greatest defenders of all time. He's certainly regarded as one of the best Real Madrid players of all time. And if you think about Real Madrid and all the players they've had, you can get one of their greatest ever players for free this summer. It's a pretty exciting prospect, isn't it? I'd take him. Wouldn't even think twice. I'd take him at United. Even if it's just for a season and you just get 1 season out of him, you're not going to have to worry about the central defence. I'm looking to use my wild card for the quarterfinals. The only thing you got to bear in mind is as you get further into the tournament, the teams are playing harder and harder teams. So this is why a lot of people played their wild card or their limitless option this week, because you've got a lot of good teams facing rubbish teams. And so you would think this is going to give you a good opportunity to get lots of goals or lots of points, you know. And good defending by Belgium. We're in the 83rd minute. It's Denmark that are on the edge of Belgium's penalty area. Plays it out to the left. Whips it into the middle. Oh, no one there. No one there. Wash and go. Shout out to you. Alex says, Ramos brings a winning mentality. He is a leader. S. Bassett said United will offer the highest wages and most likely starting place to Ramos. Well, definitely a starting place. And, yeah, amongst the highest wages. But that's not what people are going to be that interested in. People want to go where they've got the best chance of winning trophies. Is that United? That's what it comes down to, I think, for a lot of players. Is United going to be the best place to win trophies? You've got not many seasons left. If you're Ronaldo, if you're Sergio Ramos, are you going to win a trophy coming to United? If you go to PSG, they've just lost very narrowly to Lille in the French league. Big shock. I think everyone is expecting PSG to win that title next year, and for PSG to mount a very serious Champions League bid, as they always do. You know, if you go to PSG, you're winning the French league, you're probably going to win some French cups, and you're going to be there or thereabouts in the Champions League. That's quite attractive for players, and you're going to get great wages because they've got loads of money. So PSG is a very attractive prospect. Well, how does that compare to Man United? Because there's a chance you're not going to win the Premiership. And as we've seen as well, there's a chance you'll go out in the group stages of the Champions League. So unless United make some big plays in that transfer window and make it more attractive to come to United, I think a lot of these free players are just... we're not going to get them. The thing is, though, if you do get one, it might unlock the door for others. Like, if we were to get Sergio Ramos, that might, unlock the door for Ronaldo to then come to us, and, we get Sancho as well. And, it could kickstart a great summer. Yeah, we've got Cavani, we've got Rashford, we've got Fernandes, we've got a great team. But the results haven't been brilliant, even with that team, have they? I mean, we still went out early in the Champions League with that side. So we've got to add to that team. 85th minute. Coming up to the 86th minute. Another game that's absolutely just flown by, but a gripping game. Obviously with the whole Eriksen situation and the applause and the early Danish goal and Belgium coming back and on the verge of winning this, and De Bruyne swinging the game, and plenty of talking points in this one. Ball whipped in and cleared. What is your favourite non-British cricket? Into the centre, headed to goal, and bounces off the crossbar. Bounces off the crossbar. Favourite non-British cricket? Not sure. I don't know if I have a favourite non-British cricket, to be honest. I suppose I'm quite interested in the West Indies, because that's the collection of islands, isn't it? It's like Jamaica and Bermuda, I think, and places like this, St. Lucia, and places like that. And it's kind of cool how all those islands come together, and they've got like their own cricket team called the West Indies, and they're always fun and flamboyant. And I think about the great West Indies team from like the 70s, 80s that just dominated cricket. So I would say India, but I kind of feel like India are just like the best team in the world, and they're always there or thereabouts. So it's kind of hard to support them, root for them, because you kind of want the underdogs, really. I kind of want to see India challenged. I don't want to see India win everything. I want to see some teams like make it difficult for them. So I suppose in a way I naturally root for... I'll never root for Australia. But England, of course. Maybe West Indies. Into the middle. Another opportunity for Denmark. Big Bash League is a lot of fun. That happens around Christmas, says David's here. I've never seen it. To be honest. I've never watched Big Bash or the IPL. We've got a new one starting in the UK that's called The 100, which looked quite interesting. I was a little bit tempted by that, because we have counties, so we have like Essex versus Sussex, Hampshire versus Warwickshire, but the 100 is like Birmingham versus London, Manchester versus Liverpool. It's like proper cities. But it's 100 balls. Both teams get 100 balls, bowl 100 balls, and whatever you score, that's it. So it's a bit like 2020, but it's the 100. I thought it was kind of an interesting, maybe little update to cricket. Obviously, COVID's really got in the way. Denmark, edge of the area. It was a nice shot, though. I kind of feel like he needed to get a bit closer there, Jensen, but it's a good attempt. India, New Zealand, the Test Championship starts tomorrow. Alex says the Windies are very strong in T20s. Days West Indies have won the 2016 T20 World Cup. That's interesting. I actually couldn't tell you who was the reigning T20 champions. England are England still? They're still the reigning one day, aren't they? I don't think England, I think, are still the reign. They beat New Zealand in the final. So I think England are the reign in one day. And I couldn't have told you who was T20, so that's interesting that it was Windies. I'm going to leave in 30 minutes. Days has got a stream coming up. Should be a good one. He's a good guy. Really good guy. But just wide. Ball again coming in, just bouncing wide. Ramos, Sancho, Ronaldo would sell the hell out of those United shirts. Yes, yeah, they'd make some serious money, wouldn't they? Martial is being paid $250,000 a week. Right, we've got. That's a shame. Someone's thrown like a cup onto the pitch. That's a shame. You'd think, like, what with everything that happened, you wouldn't really expect that from the Danish fans. So 5 added minutes. We're a minute into that time. We got 4 minutes in total. The ball bounces off the ref. The ball has hit the ref in this tournament quite a bit, Quite a few times where players are trying to play a pass and it bounces off the ref. I can't say that I see that all that often in the Premiership. The 100 is a bit different. It's not counties but franchises like London, North Midlands, Wales. The 100 only has about 8 teams. Oh, ball into the centre, but Denmark couldn't get onto the end of it. Yeah, I was quite interested in the 100. I was going to keep an eye on that. I'd obviously support Birmingham because that's where I'm from, around that area. But I was sort of interested in it. I watched like the draft that they did the other year. The 100 was meant to start last year, but it got delayed. Belgium on the ball. Give the ref a yellow card, says Alex. Brian said that guy's okay. I like it. It's all right. It's all right. Is tackle on the edge. Yeah, De Bruyne's all over the. Every time I look up, De Bruyne's just there getting involved. He was right on the edge of the Danish penalty area then. And honestly, you've got to be scared to death. If you see De Bruyne in and around the penalty area on the ball, you've just got to think, this is going to be a goal, innit? Oh, we're going to concede now, aren't we? He's just he's a little magician, isn't he, that guy? He's a little magician. I only did feel part of some being from England. I really should be into football. We need a counter for hitting the ref. Is that another bottle that's been thrown? Why are they throwing stuff at Courtois? I don't get it. Kind of feel like that looks quite bad on the Danish fans. I think the world is with Denmark. Oh, that seemed quite a hard tackle. So Hazard just getting a yellow. Torgan Hazard, who scored the goal, picking up a yellow card there. Have you watched Tim Allen, the Santa Claus movies? Yeah, they're good. They're good. Taruka said the West Indies destroyed India in the T20 semi-finals. Very cool. Kasper Schmeichel, the Danish goalkeeper, is right up there. It's the 4th minute. So Kasper Schmeichel, the Danish goalkeeper, is going to try his luck here. Ball whipped in. Oh, it came into Kasper. There is no goalkeeper right now. There's no goalkeeper. Just got to take a shot. Oh, and that was Munir as well. Munir had a shot. Kasper Schmeichel. The ball was coming into Kasper Schmeichel. I mean, he had to go for it. Do you know what I mean? I think it might have been going wide anyway, that shot, but a little bit of late drama. It's always good when the goalkeeper goes up. So the Danish goalkeeper running into the Belgian penalty area, trying to... He obviously can't use his hands. But trying to head it in or kick it in or try and help score a goal. They know how important this is to, get something from this game, and how heartbreaking that they're on the verge of losing a game that they've done so well in. Denmark have played really well in this game. Takes a shot, and that is it. Denmark have lost. Yeah. It's De Bruyne, innit? De Bruyne's won that for them. De Bruyne's won that game for them. If they didn't have De Bruyne, would they win that game? Really important assist for the first goal. And what a finish for the second. Days, I'm in League 3 by myself. Alex said, basketball, that's the NBA. I started playing NBA Supercards. I haven't learned anything from it. Denmark are out. Are they out? Are Denmark out? Hang on, we need to get some confirmation of if Denmark are out here. So they've got 0 points. They've got 0 points. We had Finland, Russia earlier. So Finland are on 3 points. Russia are on 3 points. Belgium are on 6. Denmark are on... I don't know that Denmark are out, are they? What if Denmark beat Russia next week? That would give them 3 points. No, they can't be out. If Denmark beat Russia next week, Denmark would be on 3 points. Russia would be on 3 points. And I think there's a good chance Finland will be on 3 points. Because I can't see Finland beating Belgium. So, I don't think they're out. I don't think they're out. Surely if they win next week, they'll be on 3 points. I don't know how that works. I don't know who would go. I don't know who would be second, third, fourth if that was to go that way. But I think it's got to be likely that Belgium beat Finland next week. And could Denmark beat Russia next week? Sure. On that showing, yeah, they look up for it. They look good. So I don't think they're out. Denmark can qualify. They could get third through on goal difference, says Graham. Belgium for life days. I am from Belgium. They would have had no chance without De Bruyne. They will be out if they lose and if Finland get good goal difference. Yeah. So, I mean, not looking good for Denmark, but they're not out yet. I mean, honestly, this group is Belgium and everyone else, isn't it? It's just Belgium and everyone else. Group B is Belgium and then other teams. So that's Group B. Group A is similar. Italy and then some other teams. Although, saying that, Wales have done all right. So, Italy, Wales next week. I would expect Italy to win that, though. So, I think Italy looking absolutely dominant in A. Belgium looking dominant in B. And we've got Group C matches coming next. So, yeah, we've got coming up next Netherlands and Austria. Obviously, earlier today, the Ukraine beat Macedonia. I think it was like 2-1, North Macedonia. So, North Macedonia just not living up to what I was hoping for, to be honest. I was really hoping they were going to be a bit of a dark horse, but I can't. They're going to struggle to get out of this group. So, Netherlands, though, coming up next. But of course, the big one, guys, is tomorrow. We all know the big one's tomorrow. There's no point messing around or pretending that it isn't the case. Tomorrow is the big one. And that is England, Scotland, of course. Charlie said Belgium have got the potential to get to the final. They just need to clean up that defence. I stand by if it's Belgium versus Italy, Italy win. Yes, De Bruyne is a problem, but that defence is... I just don't think you're going to clean that up in time. I don't think that's going to be tightened in time. And I think Italy's defence is immense. Italy are very hard to score against. So it's going to be a close game, but I would be really tempted to go with Italy. If it's Italy versus Belgium, I'd be really tempted to go with Italy. Days, what is the greatest football match ever? And good night. Good night. The greatest football match ever? What is the greatest football match ever? Everyone's going to have a different answer to that. Because we all support different teams. Could there be an argument for the greatest football match ever being the Liverpool AC Milan Champions League final? Yeah, a lot of support for the Danish players here. We're just seeing a lot of the Belgium team just hugging the Danish team, and there's a real show of respect. Yeah. Italy played the last match like a dream. They've played both matches like a dream, yeah. Newcastle, Arsenal. I don't remember like a classic. Arsenal 7, Reading 5. Holland to win the Euros. I put £2 on. I get £30 if it comes through. Chingle, chingle. Getting that big dollar. Newcastle 4, Arsenal 4. What season was that? I don't remember that match. Khan, shout out to you. Brazil versus Italy, World Cup 82 in Spain, says Dr. Frodstein. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be so many different games getting. I feel like this is maybe a conversation we need to save, because this is a big conversation. What is the greatest football match of all time? I kind of feel like we've just stumbled across like a massive kind of... So we might have to save this for the next stream. But do not worry, because the next stream is not that far away. I think it starts in around about, 15 minutes or so. So we will wrap up this one, and we will go over to that one. So, yeah, big shout out to everyone that joined us. I'm going to go and just get a quick drink. I've sat here pretty much throughout this whole stream thinking, I wish I had a Lucozade. And I do have a Lucozade, so I'm going to go and get a Lucozade. This stream is not sponsored by Lucozade, but I'm just telling you genuinely what I'm going to go and get right now. So I'm going to go and get a Lucozade, and I will be back to get going with our next game of the evening, which is going to be Netherlands versus Austria. Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in a minute. Bye for now.